Welcome to Wisdom Inspired, a podcast designed to help high achievers to eliminate burnout and overwhelm. Now let's prepare to open our hearts, our minds, and our notebooks to receive today's wisdom.
Get into this morning's topic. For today, our title is Proper Perspective for Problems. The proper perspective for problems. All of us are faced with problems, matters that challenge us or create resistance in our lives. And oftentimes we can fall prey to the pressure or succumb to the pressure or get overwhelmed by those problems. We often feel like if we had more money, if we had people to help us, if we had the right connections, all of those different thoughts can go through our minds when we seem to run up against challenges and problems in our lives. But today I wanted to share some things with you to help give you a proper perspective about the problem itself, in order for you to be able to be equipped to use certain tools and be able to alleviate the pressure or the resistance that comes. You may not be able to get rid of the problem right away, but you can relieve yourself and alleviate the pressure by having a proper perspective when viewing and looking at your problems. And that's what my goal is today. I'm going to share with us 6 perspective principles to help us have a better perspective about our problem. Okay? So the first perspective principle is understanding that we all have problems. Yeah, that's not a hard one, huh? We all have problems. It doesn't matter what level we are on, no matter what we've accomplished, no matter what achievements we have, we all are faced with various problems. We can have health problems, financial problems, relational problems. We can have mental problems, right? Our well-being mentally may not be there. We can have spiritual problems. We all are faced with problems, whether directly or indirectly. And understanding that, first of all, helps you to know that you're not alone. It helps you to know that you're not a weirdo. It helps you to know that you haven't done something wrong in life or caused yourself to be in this horrible place as if there is some awful thing that you're being punished for, okay? Understanding that we all have them and putting that proper perspective on your problems allows you to be able to establish the environment necessary to understand the next principles that are going to come as well. Because every problem to one person may look like an opportunity and vice versa, depending on who's looking at it, depending on what the problem is, depending on circumstances and situations of your life. So being encouraged to know that we all have problems lets us know that we're not alone. And it also opens us up to being able to include others who may help us be able to see a different viewpoint, right? So number 2, the second perspective principle is that every problem has an expiration date. No problem lasts forever. Time will bring a resolution to the problem, but you have to allow time to take its course. Every mountain reaches a peak and every valley reaches its low point. No problem is permanent. I don't care what the problem is, it is not permanent. You will and shall outlive your problem. If you're getting up every day, despite the problem, you are already outliving the problem, right? It has not consumed you. It has not taken you out. So understanding that every problem has its expiration date and that time is the only thing to bring a resolution to that problem enables you to understand that even though in the moment it seems like it is the worst thing possible, it seems like life is over, I want you to know that it's not. All you have to do is elevate your perspective. Our third perspective principle is that every problem holds a possibility. Every problem holds a possibility. There is no problem that comes that there isn't a possibility of change, a new beginning, a new outcome. Every problem brings with it a possibility. But depending on your perspective, you may miss it. Proverbs 25:2 says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a thing." The possibility for God's glory exists to be revealed in every problem. We just have to be willing, as we said in the second principle, giving it time, giving time for God's glory to manifest and trusting that it shall is what we are asked to do. Your problem contains plenty of secret ingredients, some for creative potential, either for yourself or for you to serve someone else. Remember, every problem holds a possibility. You just must be willing to look for them. Number 4 on the perspective principles is that the problem will change you. This, I like to believe, is often the reason why we may succumb to the pressure, because we don't want to be changed. We are actually fighting against the resistance because we don't want to change who we are. We don't want to change what we think. We don't want to change our habits. We don't want to change what we've believed. We don't want to change the people we're around. We don't want to even change the poor habits that have led to the poor decisions that we've made. We just simply want to stay the same and have everything we want as well. So, we want to have our cake and eat the cake too. A problem will not leave you the way it has found you. So you will be changed by the problem. Depending on how much time is required to bring the resolution may simply be based on how much time you take fighting the change that's coming. Sometimes you just have to give in to the time of the problem and allow it to do its work on you so that you can be jolted out of whatever rut you're in, whatever poor decision making you're in, whatever thing it is that it's trying to get out of you. You just have to allow the time to work on you. The time will probably speed up a lot sooner. I'm not sure about that, but that's just a guess. But I do know the problem is working to change you, and if you continue to fight against the change, you're just prolonging the time of the problem. Our 5th perspective is you decide what the problem will do to you, right? You get to decide what this problem does to you. You may not be able to control the time, circumstances, or situations, but you can compose your response. You decide if the pain brings profanity or if the pain brings poetry. You may not have chosen the tough time that you're in, but you can choose how you will react to it. And this ties to the 4th principle, because your reaction is telling whether you're resisting the change or if you're allowing the change to have its work on you and deciding to respond accordingly. And our 6th perspective is that every problem has a positive or a negative solution. The choice is yours. Seeking out options for solutions or alternatives to our problems, we need to be mindful about the positive and the negative solutions that exist. Positive solutions will contribute to bringing the greatest joy to us and the people around us. But negative solutions will produce greater problems by promising a temporary solution to the pressing problem. It may give you a quick escape from the situation, but at what cost? Positive solutions will require your courage. Negative solutions only require you to want to relieve the pressure right now. It doesn't want you to give it time, because you seem to believe that the time is going to destroy you. But time, having the courage to wait the time of the problem, will make you better. Temporary solutions sometimes can be taking quick fixes, shortcuts, maybe robbery, maybe stealing, right? Things of that sort, because we want a quick temporary solution. But those negative solutions will trap you. But your positive solutions will always lead to freedom. Remember, every problem has an expiration date. Don't create another trap by trying to get out of it too quickly. Well, I hope today's wisdom inspires you. The proper perspective for your problems. I've given you 6 perspective principles for you to take with you and to apply to your life when you're dealing with problems and challenges. I recommend that you look at those problems, look at those challenges through these 6 perspectives, and ask yourself, which one are you working on right now? Are you allowing yourself to know that everyone has problems? Are you okay with knowing that there is going to take time for this problem to expire, but know that it will? Are you maybe looking at the possibilities that lie in your problem, right? Are you allowing yourself to see other possibilities? Are you allowing the problem to change you? Are you making a decision about what you will do and how the problem will be handled? Are you composing yourself? And are you allowing the positive or the negative solution to take hold as you deal with the problem? I encourage you to examine. Keep these tools and these perspectives in your toolbox. There'll be more problems, even if you don't have any right now, but I certainly believe it'll equip you to have a better response. Allow yourself to know that you can outlive those problems, and knowing that you do not have to succumb to them or you don't have to give in to the pressure. We all will succeed. We all have succeeded, and knowing that we all have problems is just a part of the journey. All right? Thank you guys for joining.
I hope you enjoyed the episode of Wisdom Inspired that was brought to you by the AAC Co-working Community, a virtual community designed to support female entrepreneurs, business owners, and freelance professionals. For more, go to wisdominspired.net.